5th grade. So our first art video. Yay! I apologize already for the quality of what this is gonna be because I only have a whiteboard this big and there's distance from camera, etc., etc. So I apologize, this might not be the most clear. Because you were able to pause me, I'm kind of just going to plow ahead with things. So if you miss something, just back me up a little bit or pause me or whatever. But I'm kind of going to just plow through. So for today, I figured we would start with something kind of easy just because, over video it's a little bit harder. So what we're going to be doing is cartoon animals. No, not Disney cartoon, just cartoon ones, so that if you want to keep doing comic strips, etc., like our Latin comic strip, you have that availability. However, because time is more limited, we're only going to be doing 2 animals today. One is a hedgehog, or a hedge pig, as I like to say, and the other will be a puffer fish. Next week, we will see if we can do like a bunny or something, because Easter, and move on from there. For now, I'm not going to be doing the calligraphy. We'll see about that. Maybe a bit later. I'll try and see if I can maybe get a better camera or something, because that one's going to be a lot harder to really finish off without being in person. So anyways, we'll see about that. But for now, cartoon animals. This will be fun. Okay, so first things first, for a hedgie. Also, I will say, because the camera's a little closer, I might be out of frame for a lot of this, or like half in frame, like that. Like that. Hello. So my apologies, that's just how it's gonna be. Okay, so with that being said, let's get started. We're going to draw a little curved line like this. Ta-da! It's a curve. And then you're going to finish it off on the bottom like that. Ta-da! If you can't tell, this is going to be the head of our hedgie. I love hedgies. Much in the same way, this is actually very helpful if you ever want to learn how to draw a mouse. It will be basically the same concept for the head. Anyways, hedgies have ears, so we're going to do a little ear like that. It's kind of like a vertical C. Wait, no, wrong way. There we go. Hold on. A vertical C. Like that. This is really hard. The camera's backwards. I'm sorry. And then you're going to do another little C like that. Ta-da! Hedgie has ears. Then you're going to do one eye. And this is going to be kind of center. Because of how wide I've made my head on here, I'm going to actually put both eyes on it. This one is going to be slightly larger because it is closer to you, the viewer. And the other one is going to be a little bit smaller. Not a lot smaller. So don't have one be like this big and the other one be like that, because that's not how it works. So basically make it about half the size, and that will give you the perspective that it's further from you. Okay, so I'm going to show you 3 different ways to draw hedgies. Most particularly 3 different ways to draw hedgies prickles. So the first way is going to be a bit more standard, like what you would expect. Second way is going to be my personal favorite, which is more fun. And then third way is kind of a mix of both. So for the first way, we're just going to be doing lines. Now, if you are not super confident about being able to just wing it in the shape of the body, you can draw a rounded line like that. Make sure that your rounded line comes up under where the ear is on the bottom, right there, and goes around and goes close to the ear up top. If you are doing the line to help you and guide you, please do not do it dark. It needs to be light. If it's too dark, you won't be able to erase it later. If you feel confident, you don't have to do this line. It is totally fine. Don't do it. What you're going to be doing is you're just going to be doing short little stiff lines going around. Now, with these short little lines, for the ones on top, they're going to point out slightly and begin to curve around more and more until they're flat. For the ones on the bottom, it will be the exact opposite. They will point down a little bit and then gradually flatten out to a horizontal like that. Similar to when we did our bumble, if you remember when we did our bumble picture, there were a couple things we did with that. First, it was this concept, and second, it was the drawing darker at the beginning of the line and then lighter at the end of the line. I can't really show you that on a whiteboard. It's pretty specific to a pencil when you do that. But it's that concept where it's dark at the front and then you let it trail off and be lighter at the end of the line, and that will give you a very nice look for your prickles. So, anyways, we're doing prickles going around here. Boop, 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 boop. Please overlap your prickles a little bit so it doesn't seem like it's in just like, here's a line, here's a line, here's a line, here's a line. That will not look like actual prickles. That will look like random columns of lines for some reason. It looks weird when you do that. So don't do that. Make sure your prickles overlap. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry, I'll try to do this quickly. Or, well, no, this is good. It gives you time to catch up. Okay, I'm going to erase my guideline because it's driving me a little crazy there. Prickle, 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 prickle. More prickles. All the prickles. Okay, ta-da! I have a prickly hedgehog. Then, really quick for the feet, you're going to do a kind of straight line and then curve it back. And then the same concept. Ta-da! Then, of course, with our hedgies, we must have a little sniffle at there. Little sniffle. Little sniffle means it's little, not big. This isn't a mouse, this is a hedgie. So little sniffle time. Okay. And then if you want to, you can think as the happy little hedgie. Okay, so that's method number 1. Method number 1 is our straight line slashes. You guys remember those. Okay, method number 2. I'm going to super quick do the face because I already told you how to do it. Ta-da! He's got a lace. Look at that face. Look at that. Cutie cute. Okay, for the second way, it's going to be what I like to call the loop method. For loops, it's literally going to be little fluffies like this for the body, which will make it look more fuzzy than prickly, but that's not a bad thing because hedgies' personalities are fuzzy and cute, unless you wake them up during the day, and then they're not fuzzy and cute. They're a little bit annoyed at you and want you to leave them alone so they can sleep, because hedgies are nocturnal. Anyways, so for the fuzzy loopity method, you literally just make fuzzy loops, or fluffs. Again, same concept. Do not do like this, because it will look like, I don't know, Christmas popcorn decorations or something, or just like the letter E written over and over again. Please have them be, not all in the same line, or else it will just look like you've created this weird, like, lined hedgie, which is odd and doesn't make sense. Ta-da! Here's my hedgie. Again, little feetsies. He is happy. He is happy because we didn't wake him up during the day. Alright, third method. This is a combination of both. This method, well, let me do his little face really quick. Face. Okay, so for this method, it is going to be pointy lines, like that. So it's literally going to be points, essentially, like if you're drawing grass, but horizontal. So for this method, you're literally going to do kind of the same thing you did for the loops, but they're going to be, pointier. So it looks a little bit more prickles without being quite as intense as just like all of the straight lines. It's slightly rounded, which is nice. So it gives it a little bit of fluffiness without making him too fluffy if you don't like your hedgie to be too fluffy. Bloop. We'll make him happy. And feetsies. Oops, that's a really big foot. Okay, there we go. Feetsies. This one's also pretty big. Feetsies. There we go. So those are our hedgies. Let's see. This one is Bickle. This one is Rickle. This one is... I don't know. I'm blanking on a name. Comment below what you think his name should be. His brothers are Rickle and Bickle, so he is something Ickle. I don't know. You guys come up with it. Tell me in the bottom, in the comments, what you think his name should be. You're determining this letter. It's something ickle. I don't know. Just pick something, I guess. Okay, finally, for our last thingy for drawing today, we are going to do a pufferfish. His name is Pudge. His name's already Pudge. Just don't comment on that one. Just this one, because I don't know what his name is. Okay, so for Pudge our pufferfish, what you're going to do I have enough space? Well, I'm going to move his name. Something ickle. Tickle? Pickle? Nickel? I don't know. You guys pick. Okay, so you're going to do kind of an oval. Whoopsies. An oval that's like, fairly circular. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. But, fairly round. There we go. That's what I was going for. This is hard when you're drawing sideways, I will tell you. Okay, so for our pufferfish, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do his tail. The best way to do his tail is do a rectangle like this, and then have like a loop on the side. And then you can round this out just a little bit, and then, show that it's finned at least a bit. The next thing we're going to do, speaking of fins, is we are going to do a fin over here and a fin over here. So, for these fins, what? No, hold on. Now is your chance to catch up. Hold on, sorry. What's happening? Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Here is your moment to catch up while I have to, what? Huh? I'm confused. That is what this is. I'm confusion. Okay. Sorry. This is Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. We're good. Okay. So, for our finsies, what you are going to do now that you've had a chance to catch up. You can also make this a little more flowy if you want because, he's in the ocean. So, for your fins, whoop, you're going to start with a curvedy line. Let me get rid of that. Right there like that. Little curvy line. And it is going to whoop out like that. So, you have a curvy line right there. Then you're going to do a similar curvy line just under it, and it is going to whoop out the opposite way. Whoop. And then you can add a little bit of frillage to the outside, ta-da, and add some lines and erase this little guideline right here, and you have a fin. Then we're going to do the one on the opposite side. So for this one, you're going to whoop up like that, a little curvy line, and come down, have another curvy line out, and you can just add, some frillage over on this side, like that, and then, a few lines just to give it texture of he is in fact swimming. I'm going to make that a little less dark. Sorry, it looks different to me than it does on the camera, so I have to edit as I'm going here. I'm going to make that a little bit thicker. Yeah, we're good. Okay, then you're going to do a dot right about there, and you're going to draw a line that goes back and touches the top line. Do not start it halfway down. That's not what we're going for. You're starting it just a little bit below that line, and you're going to draw a curve up like this. And then a little bit of frillage going back like that, and erase the line that's in the middle there and intercepting it. This makes him look like he has a cool haircut, or, he has a fin on top of his body, which is technically what we're going for. But cool haircut is fun too. Why not? Everyone should have cool haircuts. Well, I don't know. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe that would be weird. Okay, next up, his eyes. You're going to go towards the center, kind of where this line is with the fin. You're going to go in slightly and do a little curvy line like that, and then right next to it, another curvy line like that. Oopsies, this one's way bigger. Hold on. Doop. Doop. Okay, now, because he is a puffer fish, I almost said puffer ship. He is not a ship, he is a fish. So, because he is blowing his cheeks up all big so that he'll be pokey, we're going to make him look like he is holding his breath. So, to do that, you're going to do a little curved line like that right underneath his eye. And then for this one, what you're going to do is you're actually going to cut his eye almost in half. You're going to start at this point and go up like that so that it looks like his eye is almost cut in half because of the angle on there. So, give you a second to do that. Then, you're going to do another little line right here, and you're actually going to pooch this cheek out like that and give it a little bit of a curve to show that he's puffing out his face to create this. Now, notice I do not draw a circle around to show his cheek and then, you know, like make his eye or whatever. And that's because it would make him look like he was wearing blush. We're not going for him wearing blush. We're going for him puffing his cheekies. So, no blush, just a couple curved lines that have space in between them to show that it's not a solid line because otherwise it would look weird. Then, you're going to do kind of the same thing over here. Just a little bit of a curve there. Now, we need to do his mouth. So, this line right here, you're going to draw a little curvy coming off of that, and you're going to draw a curvy coming towards that, which is his mouth going. So, there you go. Now, let's finish off his eyes really quick because, you know, he needs to look like he's actually alive. You're going to do a little curved line going around like that, and then the same thing on the opposite side over here. Then you're going to add a little dot like that and like that. This is going to show the light reflection in his eyes, and that's really quite hard to see. I'll bring it closer. A dot and a dot right there. This is to show his eyes have light in them, and it's not just a black abyss of darkness in his eyes. So you're going to shade in that circle we drew. Shade in around the circle we just drew on both eyes. Like that. And look, he's got eyes. Ta-da! Yay for his eyes. Okay, so I'm going to curve that around a little bit more. There we go. So he is holding his breath now. Yay! Because he is holding his breath, as any good pufferfish would, he should have prickles. So we got to give him some prickles. Now the concept with the prickles is this. The prickles should always be pointing away from the center of the circle. So if this is the center of the circle, they should always be pointed away from the center of the circle. Like that, if that makes sense. Kind of like a clock. So go ahead and start giving him some pricklies. Any of the ones you put on his cheeks should be little small pricklies. And they should follow that same concept on a smaller level. Like little clock faces. Doot. Doot. Prickle. Also, you can put some prickles on the outside of his body like that to show that he's prickly all the way around and not just on the front. Boop, boop. We'll give him a little one right there. Prickle. I think the theme of today's pictures was just prickles, now that I think about it. Everyone had prickles. Different types of prickles. He has pufferfish prickles. I'm going to do one on the outside of his cheek, just for fun. I'm going to do one on the outside of this cheek, too. Dink. I'm going to do one right next to his tail, too. Just make him, you know, a bit prickly there. Because he is a pufferfish, after all. It's his defense mechanism. Okay. I think I've given him enough. Please make sure with your prickles you're also alternating in the size. So notice some of mine are really big and some of them are little tiny, barely even there prickles. So that way he's got a nice variety on his prickly little face / body. The other thing about pufferfish is their belly is a lighter color than their body. So add just a line right there to show that this is his belly. And there you go. You now have Pudge the pufferfish. Yay for Pudge the pufferfish. Okay, so this was our art video for today. Please comment below what you think this one's name should be. Something Ickle, along with Bickle and Rickle and Pudge. All of them very prickly, and all of them extraordinarily cute. Hopefully, if you want to keep up with doing just random little drawings at home during this stay-at-home period, you can keep up with that. I'll be uploading a different variety of video kind of every week. next year. Gosh, sorry guys. Next week it will be cartoon bunny rabbits. And then we'll see where we go after that. I kind of want to do a realistic chickadee at some point because I love chickadees and they're all over the place around our apartment in the trees. So it would be very fun to do one of those guys. I'm not sure. We'll see where we go with this. Oh, we are going to do a chameleon though because I remember that was one that we voted on. And since we aren't really doing too much with the calligraphy at this point in time, we'll do the chameleon, so that will be in the upcoming weeks as well. I'm only going to be doing one of these videos a week, because there's other ones that are slightly more important. Oh, I know, I said there's something more important than art, but I do have to get the history and literature videos up for each week, along with any extra ones that I need to do as well. So, for now, that's it. Happy April Fools. You have Prickle cartoon animals. I hope you have a wonderful day, and please make sure you're helping your parents around the house. I know they'd appreciate it. All right, I miss you all. Have a good day. Bye.